Hi guys, Skinsfanatic here. Just a quick reminder before we get started on tonight's show that if you haven't already, please go down the bottom and subscribe to my channel. Throw me a few likes. Be much appreciated. All right guys, enjoy the show. Oh yeah, it's that time of the week. Skinsfanatic Live. Put your 2 1s up and raise your cups up. Skinsfanatic's back, so prepared to get jacked up. Started out here in the TTC while repping my team. Shout out to the B&G. But hold up, cause rolling in like thunder. It's Skinsfanatic Live from the land down under. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Hit the like and sub, I got the goods here, boy. Hit that like and sub, I got the goods here, boy. What's up, Crazy Brave?
Hello, Skinsfanatic. Hello, Washington fans.
Yeah. How are we feeling after that first pre-season game today?
Yeah, pretty pleased to get through it unscathed and very happy to see the players back out there and, some football.
Yep. Yeah, it was. It was really, really nice, I mean, despite the, obviously not getting the win, 22-13, we saw a couple of little things, We saw Ryan Fitzpatrick make a few nice throws out to, Terry McLaurin, and he made a nice pass out to Logan Thomas, and that was pretty much his night, a few passes that didn't go his way. We saw the slip by Humphreys that on the third and 2, and a little bit disappointed that we ran the ball there in that second drive or whatever it was when on the 3rd and short. It's the preseason. Let's pass the ball. We're not here to see runs. Yeah. So it was look. Chase Young.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, you go.
Oh, well, I mean, it's all started again, hasn't it? I mean, we want to see runs on. I think the fan base would all have different opinions on what kind of plays were called. But that's the fun part of it, and thankfully it was the preseason game, so none of it is going to cost us. Ron Rivera was very pleased with what happened. So, I mean, that's basically where I will get my judgment from. Yeah, I did watch the game. Pleased to see that the tight end's got a bit of ball today, and it's good. There was, I think, obviously with the extended roster during the pre-season, there's a lot of blokes out there that, perhaps won't be there during the season, but together our 3 quarterbacks hit 23 different receivers. So there was 23 blokes who caught a pass today. So, I mean, that's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen in the regular season. That will be cut down to perhaps a third. Maybe on a good day we might have 11 different blokes with a catch, but unlikely. Obviously, the ball won't be spread around to all these different places.
No. Yeah, we're going to just sort of break it here for a little bit. We'll get back to talking about this preseason game, but I've just been hanging to get my man Rudskins on Skinsfanatic Live for season now, and he's showed up in the green room on season 2, and I can see that he's probably ready for bed. So we'll just get on, and we just want to catch a quick thoughts of Rudskins and just to see how he's doing. So, and I can see he's backstage now. He's drinking the Hennigans or something, and looks like heartburn to me. Here he is, Rudskins. Welcome in, Rudskins.
How's it going, boys?
Yeah, Ruddy. Good to see you, man. Welcome.
How good do you look, Heineke?
Yeah. Look, he made some Taylor Heineke plays. We were going to discuss that later, but yeah, like Heineke, he's a gamer, man. He's a gamer. Agreed.
Like he can play. He can play. Like he won't start, but he can play.
He's a reaction quarterback. He doesn't, he's not going. You're not going to get the best out of him at practice, but when you're on the football field with 11 blokes rushing him, he can make a move.
He looked good.
Yeah.
He looked good. He'll get about what? Fitzmagic will get about 5 weeks off. Probably injury. Heineke get a bit of a start. What do you reckon, Pete?
Well, I believe that Kyle Allen is going to be called up before Heineke, like that does happen. But look, mate, Heineke is improving and very pleased with his game today, mate. I don't think it's the right move to make with Fitzpatrick. Obviously, he's the starter, as you call. Look, these pre-season games aren't designed for Ryan Fitzpatrick to come out of the gate and show us everything he's got. That job was for Heineke today. If Ryan Fitzpatrick thought he was going to get out and scramble with the football, mate, he got to yank him off, because we don't need that shit going on in the preseason from our starting quarterback. And he just had a simple game plan today. Heineke had the opportunity to let loose, and he did well.
Did he do enough? Did he do enough?
Well, I'm going to get to that. I mean, look, we've only seen a quarter and a half of Taylor Heineke here in this preseason, and we're going to see some more of him. So, I liked a few things that I saw of him today. I think there was a play down there on the goal line though, where he rolled out, and I thought he could have hit the tight end. What's his number 88. He had him, and he missed him, and he ended up scrambling away or something. Look, it's little things like that that are going to separate him from being like one of the top, middle tier quarterbacks in the league to, Taylor Heineke, the backup. But look, I think we've got ourselves a real good competition for backup quarterback. Basically, I mean, I'm hanging to see Kyle Allen, like, get him back out there, man. Like, I got bored watching Montez today. Like, I'm not interested in Stephen Montez really. Like, and if he balled out, then all it does to me is just it's just more headlines I've got to look at on the social network about how Stephen Montez should be the starting quarterback of the team. We all know who the starter is. I mean, Fitzmagic, he didn't set the world on fire today, but I mean, there's no scheming in these preseason games. There's no game plan. It's just get out there and do your thing. Play, like you did when you were 12. So,
and the horrible turf at New England, obviously led to Humphrey slipping on the third down. Then that would have been a completed pass at any other stadium in the NFL, but because of New England's primitive football field, Humphrey slipped.
All that black shit fucking spraying up and shit is terrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
One thing that caught, probably I don't get too angry during the preseason, but I could feel myself already, like getting a little bit frustrated with Skinsfanatic mentioned the third and the two.
Run.
I want to see Washington have some kind of big bruising fullback that we can be assured of. Even getting down there on the goal line was frustrating to get that touchdown on third down. That's going to age me in the regular season. But anyway, look, we don't. It was as we said, it's the game plan. There was no real game plan for it. But yeah, we'll see how things move along.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was frustrating. It was like, for fuck's sake, like, surely we've got something we can do here. I mean, look, we ended up getting in, but it was a case of like, well, where do we go from here if we don't get in? Like, it's I need to see this. I need to see us crash the end zone right now because, well, basically we had no points on the damn board for starters. I mean, and I forgot to mention in my notes before the game that I sent out to everyone about Dustin Hopkins and the concerns I have around his future with the team. Well, it's not really my concern because it ain't my job, but new kicker, anybody?
Well, it's a big topic of conversation on Twitter this afternoon. We didn't bring anyone in for competition, so it's a bit late now. Ron
Well,
Rivera,
we talked about. Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Yeah, you go.
Ron Rivera has expressed that he's not concerned over the kicking that happened today. So whether he's playing games or not, like, I mean, he expressed that the kicking game was going to improve. Whether that means he's bringing someone else in,
yeah, he's not concerned because he's probably got a replacement already up his sleeve. It was just a case of, okay, here we go. Dustin Hopkins, his first kick of the new season. What's he got? Mm-hmm. And he pushed it out to the left. And
he couldn't even, give the fans a little bit of, shut up for a day. He had to miss his first kick of the season, which not a good look for someone who's under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, no, well, exactly. And it was only the pre-season, and it wasn't like it was from 55. It was 38 or something. It wasn't that big.
And missed his second too.
Sorry, Rudskins, I can only see the top of your forehead, mate.
He missed his second kick too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
From 50 odd yards out, it almost hit the corner post. Like it sprayed.
Yeah, nah, he's got the jips, man. The yips, they call them. Sorry, the yips.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure. We do have a new long snapper. I'd have to go back and watch the film to just check that hold before I do, carry on. Yeah, got to fix it.
What about Chase Young? How good did he look? Strip sack.
Sorry, who?
Chase Young. Strip sack.
Well, strip sack. But let's talk about that for a second. While you've brought that up, Rudskins, and thank you very much for that. But that Chase Young sack that he got when they didn't even call it a sack. They actually called it an incomplete pass. It went out to 3rd and 18 or 3rd and 16, and then they said, "Oh no, hang on, it was an incomplete pass," and it was a 3rd and 8. Which all good, great. He made a great play, but let me say, Skins, Crazy Brave and Rudskins, if you cast your minds back to, I think it was a game last season, we had a similar situation where the Alex Smith released the ball, or it might have been Haskins, and he got hit, and the ball just sort of trickled off his fingertips like that, and they called it a fumble. And look, I'm not going to jump up and down about this call now in the preseason, but let's get that call right for starters, because that was a fumble.
The referees are clearly in mid-season form today.
Yeah.
Missing.
So they completely botched that call. You watched the replay, and I watched it carefully. When that arm comes down, wasn't a throwing motion. The ball just came out.
Yeah,
and because Chase Young hit him so damn hard, the ball just sprayed out.
There was an incident last year. I'm sure that probably did happen, what you were saying, but there was also that game where we were about to get over the top of the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson. We hit Russell Wilson and we picked up a fumble and ran it into the end zone, and they've gone, oh, hang on, no. The whistles, his arm was going forward or some crap. Really big turning point of that game, and obviously ended us on 7-9 at the end of the year. Could have had a winning record.
Yeah.
How can you not be positive after watching that game? We look good.
Oh, I'm not negative. I'm just, it's the preseason, man. I mean, I've seen more preseason games now, than a motherfucker. Like, I don't need to. Preseason games, man, they're just preseason games.
But we look good. There's positives. There's positives.
There's certain things I want to see in a preseason game, and there's certain things I expect to see. I think the tackling today was a few. We made a lot of mistakes with tackling in that first quarter. That was frustrating watching, blokes run through 3 or 4 of our tacklers. I wasn't really impressed with that, but hopefully that's improves, because they haven't tackled anyone in quite a while, so that's not uncommon in preseason football. Yeah, but no, Ruddy, I'm not hosing down your thoughts, mate. If you think we looked good, then tell the world we looked good, and that's what you think, and I love you for it. That's why we got you on the show.
Second half.
Well, the second half means nothing.
He was very pleased, so he's pleased. One of the good things that did come out of the game, we were only sacked once. It's a preseason game, but we only got up 1 sack, and I believe we got to their quarterback a little bit more than what they got to ours.
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned some of the things that, like Cosby got Cosby. He got blown up a couple of times. That I saw as a little bit like, shit, he's meant to be the starter. I look at a bit of offensive line play. I did see quite a fair bit of holding from the Patriots on a few drives there as well. I noticed that weren't being called, and I don't know what's happened to Redskins. No, but I don't know what network that everyone watched the game on, but we had the Patriots team calling the game today, and they've basically, Mac Jones is like the GOAT now. He's, they were like gushing over every pass that left his fingertips, and I was a bit like, oh, geez, okay, right, here we go. Patriots have got the new, greatest thing on the field again, and look, he made some nice throws, but he didn't do anything I haven't seen before. You know what I mean? Good luck to the young fella.
It's amazing. It really is amazing how Washington fans can watch that 2 quarters of the preseason game and already have Mac Jones down as a franchise quarterback. It's amazing how Washington fans can do that. But we in the past we have struggled getting behind our own blokes. Yeah, some of our blokes didn't set the world on fire. We know that, but come on, it's the first 2 quarters of the preseason game. Yeah, he didn't make any mistakes and looked like he had a good arm, and we'll see. Like they got, they're in the same situation almost as what we were last year, where it's ride and die with Cam. Like unless it gets out to a 1-5 start for the Patriots or 2-4 or something like that, I don't think Mac Jones is going to play this year.
Well, here's my, and it's not a bold prediction by no means, but here's my prediction on that is I actually think Mac Jones will be on the field fairly sooner than later. I just don't think Cam Newton's really got it anymore, to be honest. But and look, Jones, he has a nice touch. He had some nice little throws, but just every time he made a completion, the commentator was like, "Oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh," and I was like, oh, fuck, "All right, okay." Well, Heineke made a couple of nice throws, and Fitzpatrick put a frozen rope down the middle of the field too. He doesn't. Fitzmagic doesn't get that type of love because he's a 38-year-old man with a big beard down to his tits, but it's
It's always the way, we hear that we hear like 2 days before the game that Joe Theismann and Marvel or Albert's going to call the game, and it's okay, cool, and then you turn it on, and the New England Patriots home commentary team.
Yeah, well, I mean, like in the past too, it's been like, "Oh, we're the home side." I remember there was one year, and it started off. The first half. We got Joe Theismann and Chris Cooley and Doc Walker, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And they were interviewing people on the sidelines, and then in the second half, it somehow switched over, and we had like the other team's broadcasting crew, and I was like, "Well, what's this shit?" you know, but most of the time we get a preseason game and we're at home, like we will be next week, I believe. You watch, it will be like the other, like I think we got the Bengals at home. It'll be the Bengals national broadcasting team that we get. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and then
to,
I thought you were going to say Baltimore then, and I was going to say 100% it will be Baltimore's home.
well, that's week 3 of the preseason. It is Baltimore. We've got Baltimore in week 3 of the preseason,
Yeah.
and I guarantee that one too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter because I just want to watch the game.
Right,
I just want to watch the game, but they're talking about how they've gotten help here now, and they've got he's a great addition to this, and then they're like, they barely talk about your team. And
our starting side. Or if they did, I missed it. I swear that they ran out and showed the New England defense. Then they showed the New England offense.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Yeah, no, pretty much.
You can't really name the starters in the preseason, though, can you? Because
no,
look, there's blokes who maybe had 2 snaps. On defense, Montez Sweat wasn't even there today. He was a late withdrawal. We had some blokes missing.
There was Matt Ioannidis out there. I don't think I even saw him.
I didn't see Matt Ioannidis.
Yeah.
There was talk of Willie Jackson not being on the field, but I thought I saw Willie Jackson. Obviously, there's a few blokes getting around there with the same numbers, it's not always easy when you're watching the New England Patriots home commentary team and you're trying to learn the new players that we already know.
That's my point exactly. I mean, I understand it was their home game, but I guarantee next week against the Bengals we won't get Joe Theismann and Doc Walker and all that. Like, we'll get fucking Boomer Esiason and, I don't know, someone, Icky Woods.
Yep. Carry on.
I don't know what's happened to Rudskins. I don't know what's happened to Rudskins. I think he's passed out in the lounge. He looked like he enjoyed himself thoroughly tonight before the show went to air, but that's okay. We don't frown upon alcohol abuse on Skinsfanatic Live. We're all for a good time. But he is in the still a no-show. So what is his lounge?
Hey, he might be Mark might be teeing off early tomorrow in the golf or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, good on him. Good on you, Rudskins.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't show up, I do appreciate him spending time on the show. It was good to see him anyway. So we will have R2 Ramu coming on shortly as well, and he's chimed in with his, few thoughts for tonight. So we look forward to having his
Excellent.
notes out of camp, and he's got his pre-season schedule sorted out. So happy days.
Yeah.
So one other thing I took from today's game was I thought that Jared Patterson actually looked like a bit of a gamer. You know, he a bit of a nuggety, elusive back. Made a couple of decent runs. You know, so I'm interested to see what happens with him. I worry that if we put him on the practice squad, that he'll get stolen. Because it's hard to imagine that we're going to get rid of Peyton Barber. And Peyton Barber looked good tonight, I thought, today, yesterday, whatever time you're watching this. And then, of course, you've got J.D. McKissick, who we know what he was to this team last season. He was, one of the best players out there on offense. So we're not going to get rid of J.D. McKissick.
No.
But what did you make of Jared Patterson today, Crazy Brave?
Yeah, very excited, to see someone make some moves and have some football moves and, put the helmet down or put the arm out for a stiff arm. And did he? I think he may have made that catch down there at the corner from Heineke that he come back to the ball. Yeah.
The commentator said that he dropped it and he didn't. He caught it.
Yeah. No, I was happy with that. A quick check of social media after the game, and most of us do now have him making the 45-man, the 53-man roster. So look, and it's not a joke. Like, it's good to have these kind of blokes. Well, there's still going to be room for McKissick and Barber and excuse me, what's his name? Number 24, Gibson. Yeah,
Well, I didn't mention Gibson because we know Gibson's not getting cut. So you've got Gibson, Barber, and McKissick, and I hope we can find some room for Patterson. I don't know. Didn't see Lamar Miller today, did we? Because I sort of tuned out and in and out there in that last second half a bit, and
no,
I don't know if he got any carries.
I think I heard after the game that Miller was withdrawn late with Montez Sweat, but I might be wrong. Well, look, Patterson. He's come over from the Buffalo Bills, free agent. I don't know how much he did for them last year.
No, he didn't.
I don't think he come over from the Bills.
No, we drafted him.
Oh, okay.
He's that dude. He's that dude who had like fucking 350 yards or something in one game. He scored like 6 touchdowns or some shit. College, like. Yeah, I think he was an undrafted rookie.
Oh, right. Okay.
We got him but he I mean, he didn't come from like a massive college. He came from some small college that
he's going to have to contribute on special teams if he wants to make the roster, probably, because we do have a depth chart that we're going to go in with.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Like, if we're going to keep him, like, and then dress him on game day, like, are we going to actually use him? You know what I mean? Like, we've seen that before in the past. We had like Silas Red and all that, and he never got on the field unless someone got hurt, and even when someone did get hurt, he hardly even came on. We just didn't mix up our running backs enough. I mean, obviously that was under the Jay Gruden regime. We just, I don't want to waste a spot on somebody that isn't going to get on the field. So Rudskins is back. Rudskins, how you feeling? You back? You good?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. Had to deal with some stuff with my wife.
Oh,
Lovely lady.
yeah. No, agreed. No, that's fine. Businesses, you got to take care of your business. I understand.
So what are we talking about? Clinton
We're
Portis
just
or
talking Clinton Portis. No, we can talk about Clinton Portis if you want to. I know you loved Clinton Portis, and we all did. We all loved Clinton, but we're talking about Jared Patterson, the undrafted rookie. He we got from we drafted him after the draft, but he had a big day in college one year. He's had like 350 yards and 6 touchdowns or something ridiculous. Google it.
I
But
thought we looked okay in the preseason game. I thought we looked okay. I thought Heineken looked good. I thought Fitzmagic looked good. I thought I thought we were okay. Plenty of room for improvement.
for sure, always room for improvement. I mean, it's the first preseason game. We've just taken the plastic off, and we'll taking the new car for a test drive. Like, we'll be right. Every team, the result doesn't concern me.
No,
The result
not
doesn't
at all.
concern me. Not at all. It never has.
No.
I mean, it used to, but it doesn't anymore.
In case you've forgotten over the last 5 months, how the NFL goes. I mean, today was another reminder. Like, the game isn't over until the final whistle. It's going to be like it's going to be a tense season. Not always going to look fucking great, man. But we've got to hang around for the 60 minutes and be at a position at the end of the game to take that game. Like, we did look good, but it doesn't. We need to put it on the field in the regular season. That's what we need to do. But unfortunately, don't get that answer today.
What do you think, Visual Diary? Where do you think we're at?
Well, mate, we're defending the division, so I'm a champion. I think we should carry our like champion. And yeah, I think we can make that back-to-back NFC East champions. Obviously, the Super Bowl is where my thoughts are at, but come on. I mean, there's 32 teams in the league, and I'm a big boy. I'm not going to throw my lollies away if we don't win it this year. I just want to see some improvement. I want to see Ron Rivera get angry this year. He was a little crook last year, a little quiet sometimes on the sideline. But, I want to see him. I want to see him in some people's faces this year, especially the Zebras.
Yeah, I agree. I thought, obviously we know Rivera had his cancer issues last season, and there was a few games there where I was, like I wanted to see a bit more passion out of him, and obviously poor bloke was feeling like, warmed up shit. A few games there we saw him at the beginning of the season sitting down and shit, like come back from the ad and Rivera's fucking sitting on the bench and you're like, fuck, poor bugger. And, we saw him towards the end of the season. He was up a bit more and a bit more vocal, and he started to actually make sense in the press conferences. I thought a few of his press conferences were fucking a little bit odd, peculiar, but I'd like to see him, like you said, get a bit more like fuck you on the sideline and get in the face of the Zebras.
I think that's a bit rough. Skinsfanatic. I think Ron's pretty good for the team,
I never said he wasn't. I just said that he wasn't. He was ill last year, Rudskins. He had cancer in the early stages of the season. He was doing chemotherapy and struggling. He was struggling in the heat of the early season, in those warm games at home, he was, fucking sitting down, and you come back from the ad and he was sitting down, like catching his breath, and just, he was struggling, and you can't. He did his best. But what I'm saying is, I'm looking forward to seeing him be more passionate this year. Like just because he's feeling better, not because he's no good. I love Ron Rivera. I love everything about Ron Rivera, and he's the best coach in the league.
He's the best coach we've had for a decade, at least.
Yeah, he's one of the best coaches we've had since probably. Oh, look, Mike Shanahan was a good coach, but he just. Oh, look, we're going down a rabbit hole here. But I like Shanahan. And I stood by the Shanahans. I don't think they should have been, released, sacked, whatever you want to call it. And I was disappointed. I was disappointed when the Shanahans were shown the door. Really disappointed, because I thought we were building something.
Yeah, I'll quickly just say, look, same. I mean, I love the Shanahans too, but their arrogance in the end, it cost them. And, it usually does cost most people their jobs. Ron Rivera's got some arrogance about him too, and in the end, it might be, the reason we move on from him down the track, years down the track.
Well, let's hope.
I was just, love the Shanahans, but
I just think, as far as credentials go, like the Shanahans were probably the best coach we've had since Rivera. Like, I mean, Mike Shanahan was a Super Bowl champion. Like, he's probably the only coach we've had that had a Super Bowl ring since we brought Joe Gibbs back, right? Sperry didn't have no ring, and Marty Schottenheimer had no ring, and North Turner had no ring. Well, not as a head coach anyway, but, didn't North Turner, he would have had some rings for that. He was the OC at Dallas, right, when they won a few bowls?
Yeah. He's got a fistful. But, I mean, you could set those rings as assistant coaches, but the head coach championship ring is your goal, isn't it? If you're a coach in the league.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine not everyone does get a ring. There's only so many to go around. Sometimes the players miss out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that all works, Yeah, how many rings get handed out. Very interesting. I wanted to... we're going to get to talking about the schedule soon. But just to break things up a little bit, I've just seen Ivatu Ramu's ready to rock and roll with his little spiel, and then we can get to some stuff. So, are you... Just give me the thumbs up, 1 minute, he says. 1 minute. All right. Well, and this is where I'd normally say, we'll just have a quick little word from our local sponsor, but I haven't put together the commercial yet. So, but if you are into please head over to crazybrave74.com for everything you need to know about gambling. We've got all the hints and tips over there. R2 Ramu, what the fuck is going on?
How are you guys? Skinsfanatic, good to see you. Crazy Brave, good to see you. Blood Skins, nice.
I'm here.
How's everyone's week been? Yes, I like it. Yeah.
Going around and around.
It really ended up, the week is good, man. We've got football back. We've got NFL back. So.
Yeah, I know. Another week of excitement, more expectations, more hype reels. I'm loving it. You got the games today. On Sunday, I've got the Rams to look forward to. Not only am I going to see this year's rookie class, but last year's rookie class, because we was pre-season last year. We didn't get to see those guys have a run. But can we get hyped about it. Like, can we get hyped about what Stafford's doing at the training camp at the moment in a red shirt? Let's be real, he hasn't been hit, hasn't taken a sack yet, but he's looked good throwing passes out to everybody and really organising the offense at the moment. This week, McVay must have seen something in that Cowboys friendly, which wasn't so friendly, by the way. Aaron Donald had a whack punch up blue with one of the Cowboys young punks. It was interesting. But yeah, the news was they're going to put a new centre in. We had Corbett in there, and now we're bringing in Brian Allen. He's made the switch halfway through training camp and made his call that he'll start at centre, snapping for not Wolfman, bloody Stafford against the Bears. So that's, and Stafford against the Bears too, the old dirty North, side. He'll be getting right in there. But the O-line's pretty versatile for the Rams. It's what's the word for it? I'm lost. But so we got the preseason game.
Can I just say something on that, though? Can I just say something right quick? You seem to be very casual about that centre position change, and I can tell you right now, the centre position is more than just a fat guy that the quarterback puts his handles on his ass. You know what I mean? It's a very, very big piece in that offensive line to be making a move. I hope McVay knows what he's doing. New quarterback, new centre. Anyway, go ahead.
Cool. No, well, and we're getting more and more of that. Like I said, I'll get to see the game Sunday. I won't see it, but I'll be keeping a keen eye on what's going on and who's doing what. Perkins and Hodgson's, the reserve quarterbacks were not. Obviously, Stafford ain't playing, and neither is Wolfman. He won't be playing any preseason games. He's got the backup spot and just had his appendix out. So he's been told there's no preseason. So it's just the reserve quarterbacks.
Who's the Wolfman? Who's the Wolfman?
Yeah, who's the Wolfman?
Oh, Wolford.
Oh,
Wolford. He played in the playoff last year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Wide receiver.
No, he's quarterback.
Quarterback, Wolford.
Oh, yeah.
And he only played whatever, but quickly caught on. Everyone calling him Wolfman. Got a nickname. I don't know. I could be making that one up, but it's Wolford. He's our backup.
Look, I make up nicknames for players all the time. My own nicknames for them, so that's fine. You want to call him the Wolfman? That's fine.
Well, in our running back position, we got obviously Henderson. He won't be playing because he is our running back now. So we're going to see the young dudes there. Jake Funk. And I forgot the other bloke's name. But without Akers there at running back, there's a lot of running back rookies basically full on. Like you've been saying about your mod today, it's pre-season. That's what it is, So, and I'm hearing as well that, like everybody else, when players are going to get cut, someone could be swooping in for a running back just quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be some from the Rams that we cut, that someone could see and take them, and we could see somebody else get cut and go, we'll take that running back, especially with our position.
Yep. Did anybody watch? Sorry, you go. Go for it.
Oh, I was going to ask if anybody had any more to say about the news with the punch up between Donald and first draft pick, kind of a draft pick from the Cowboys.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, I do know
Didn't
the
hear
Cowboys.
Oh,
I did know-
Parsons.
absolutely. Yes. No, I heard
Parsons.
about
So how did
Um,
Parsons and Donald have a punch up?
Oh, apparently got under his skin.
No, well, they're both defensive
Donald-
players, so it wasn't Parsons then. Wasn't
It
Micah
was against
Parsons.
the Cowboys. We had a it was a Cowboy defender basically that
Right.
was stopping Donald from getting to the quarterback. They weren't hitting each other. They were still doing how they do it, team on team. But basically there was guarding and everything, and then Wooshka next minute. Yeah. No, that's all right. No one else had any.
Well,
no,
I'll
I
tell
think
you
you-
right now. I'll
I'm
tell you
trying
right
to tell
now. Yeah, go for it, Crazy Brave. Sorry.
I'm just trying to tell you. Yeah. No, I heard about it absolutely. And if you watch Hard Knocks, it'll probably be on Hard Knocks. I mean, the guys probably knew the camera was rolling.
Exactly.
Good
I was
to see.
about to. That's what I was about
Thanks
to
for
say.
that Crazy Brave there.
Have you watched? Did you watch the first episode of Hard Knocks? And
Not
if
yet.
you didn't, well, we're going to see what you're talking about in next week's episode. I'm sure.
Exactly.
Or maybe the third.
Yep.
Or something.
Yeah.
I don't
Cool.
know. I actually watched it. The first episode. I watched it this morning, and my take from that is fucking Jerry Jones is getting old. My God. And you might want to stop putting fucking salt all over those cheeseburgers. My goodness. You know.
Well,
But yeah, it's a good watch. I like watching Hard Knocks. By about
I'll see
the
it.
fourth
I'll see it.
episode, the fourth episode comes on like the week night after like the first game or something, and I just sort of don't bother watching the fourth episode. But I do like Hard Knocks. It's
Yeah.
good watch. Good watch. Rudskins, you right back there, mate? You
I'll
good?
be doing it.
Did anyone see Chase Young with that strip sack today in the preseason? Is that what we're talking about?
second play of the game, maybe first.
Yeah.
Just total impact.
Yeah.
That's all we needed to see, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't care if he doesn't play next week. Like he is one of those players. I'm like, yeah, just you can sit down on the bench for the preseason, dude. Because I mean, that was really my only fear about today was I'm going to get home all excited and something horrible might happen to one of our good players.
And I totally concur.
Fair enough.
Crazy Brave, because I hadn't heard anything from anybody, and I was just trying to let everybody know that, hey, I haven't watched the game yet, and I'm about to put it on, and no one was talking to me, and I start getting in my own head, and I'm thinking, fuck, man, like, what? Did something happen today? You know, I don't expect
We're
anyone
all
to say
Leaving
anything,
it to you.
We're all right.
just getting in my head a bit. I was like, oh, better not.
Yeah, well, you know, it's football, and we are going to see blokes miss time. I mean, Rudskins might get his dream come true, and Heineke might get thrown into the game at some stage this year. You know, those things are possible, especially with the 38-year-old quarterback, and that's why we have these two great backups. But you know, the belief is with Ryan Fitzpatrick, from the general manager down to the head coach and the players in the locker room. But if something happens, we're going to have someone to come in. If Terry McLaurin goes down, we got no one else to fucking bring in. If Chase Young goes down, got Montez Sweat, decent defensive line, but we've seen, you know, we got some game winners. You know,
Well, what we noticed last year is like he was a perfect piece, you know, to add to a very good defensive line. But he, like you said, that and still that word from you, Crazy Brave, is he's a game winner, an absolute game winner. Like, you know, he complements everybody else out there, and it's clearly obvious that he's the best defensive player on the field. You know, the way he just shed that tackle today, got around Newton. I was like, oh, that's Newton's season. Because he got whacked.
Yeah.
He got whacked good, and it wasn't a strip sack. I mean, Rudskins, I get what Rudskins is saying. He's tripping like what, but that's what Chase Young does.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing that in college. He has that knack to, when he comes around the back, he gets the ball and he strips it out. And,
yeah. Well, he does. I think he will be disappointed with himself, though, that he didn't get there earlier today.
But he got there real fast, too.
He did, but I think he will be disappointed.
I think he did. And I think you're right. He won't be playing any more preseason time in the next 2 games you have.
It'll be very, very sparingly if he does. Like, maybe, I don't know, because it's a different preseason this year.
True.
And teams are approaching it different. Coaches are approaching it much different. So it's not. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, well,
like with the third one, because there's going to be 15 days for us. There's going to be 15 days between the last preseason game and the first game of the season, where normally you only get like 7 or 8. So Rivera's already spoken on that, and he said, "Oh, we're going to play our guys." You know, that's what Rivera says.
Well, actually, but you led me into what I was going to ask you on that. Obviously, a lot of other teams are doing it because I'm here in Vegas. I'm not Vegas, sorry. The Chargers may be starting their lineup at the start of the game. The Rams have no intentions whatsoever of running any of our starters. Any.
The headline I saw today is Justin Herbert is out.
Okay.
So look,
will not play.
And
yeah, generally,
I'm sure there's more clubs out there who are throwing in a fair amount of starters at some point.
Yeah, look, we might have to put Chase Young back in. So be it, man. For 5-10 plays, because today we didn't see Chase Young with Montez Sweat, and that might just be something that they need to see. A couple of plays on film.
And Matt Ioannidis. I just don't think I don't recall seeing.
No,
I'm going to go back to watch that first quarter again.
I was looking at the stats as it was happening and who made what, and I think that name you're saying sounds like I was trying to read it as in pronounce that name as doing
Ioannidis.
Something like yes. Yeah, when I was watching it score by score and play by play, I read a Ioannidis or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, go back and watch it as well.
No, I didn't. I saw Deron Payne. I mean, look, I didn't even see Allen out there. There were a few blokes, that I didn't recognise, didn't see, unless the commentators mentioned, Benjamin St. Jude, breaking up the play, like I wouldn't have known.
Exactly. Skinsfanatic said it. You've both said it earlier. That's exactly right. They're not there to call the game. They're there doing what their club's been, and going, oh, this is what we saw at our caravan park, in training camp and blah, 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 blah. And everyone is pushing for their spots. Yeah.
And I consider myself like a damn big fan, but like I can't worry about fucking 92 players. I can worry about it, but to sit there with my phone open, scrolling down trying to find number 20. Oh yeah, it's him. Oh, hang on, there's 3 number 20s out today.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know everyone on the roster. I'm the same. That's what I mean. You get to the fourth quarter, and you're like, who? Like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter anymore. I saw Reeves out there in the fourth, some cats that were like good rookies for us last year, getting some minutes, and that's good for them too. And we saw Landon Collins out, not in the fourth quarter, but we saw, Landon Collins back today. I saw him out there.
I did see
Yeah,
that.
it's just funny, the preseason, man. Like you blink and your players off the field, you're like, oh fuck, he's not, okay. They don't mention, oh yeah, and by the way, they've just substituted,
Mate,
3 offensive linemen, and then he's going to come in at safety. Just like players are just flying around the field, and you know, like so many different lineups and so many bits and pieces that Rivera's just changing up like a fucking chessboard, and and then he goes and watches the tape when he gets back, and he says, "Oh yeah, all right, okay, he played well."
I know exactly what you're saying. I know all this from watching Jared Haynes' dream run in preseason from a couple of years back. There was just so many people on and off the field, and the commentators you mentioned, they just talk the stat when they look through their binoculars, and they go, number 23. Oh, what a great year he had in blah blah blah, and he's picked up in this, and he's done this on the pads, and hits this time in the training camp. Oh yeah, move on. Next
Yeah, I
bloke
mean,
does
like
it, and they call his number and say what he did.
The commentator said touchdown Jared Patterson, and it was like, no, that's Barber.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it was Barber, but he was the New
Some
England
of
dude.
the
So
takes are hopeless. Like, honestly,
yeah. But I mean, my point is, like, he'll get it right in the regular season, but it's the preseason. You've got, like you said, you got 320. You got a 25 on a running back, and you got a 25 playing DB. It's just, did Peyton Barber change his number?
Who?
Did Peyton Barber change his number? Peyton
I
Barber,
think
because I swear.
Barber changed his number, because I swear he was 34 last year. And what was his
Yes, 25.
What was he? Yeah, he was 25.
That's right. I was trying to think I was like, he changed his number.
Strange, because I thought
Fabian,
he was 30, played at 34 with Tampa Bay. So I thought
he did
number, but he might like 25.
Because Fabian Moreau was 25 last season.
Yeah, and with the new rule this year that you can.
Well, Fabian Moreau's off the team. He got cut.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, with the new rule coming in, that you can change your number. There, as we've seen, a few blokes have done it. So there will be a few number changes this year for some blokes.
All right. Are we ready to get to this schedule and talk about this schedule? And
so go waiting to get you back onto that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, look, we're going to sort of break down ours a little bit, R2, and then you can just tell us a little bit about your Rams schedule, because ours is harder than a motherfucker. Okay, so obviously we know we're opening up with the Chargers in week 1 at home, and then only what is it? 5 days later, we're home again against the Giants on Thursday Night Football, and that is brutal, in my opinion. So those first 2 games, Crazy Brave. I mean, how do you feel about the prospect of playing a very hard AFC team in the Chargers? With they've got Derwin James, Justin Herbert, the wide receiver, what's his name? Keenan Allen, and they've got a good side, the Chargers, and they're coming in week 1. But then, more the fact that we've got the Giants at home again 5 days later, and and I know for a fact about the way you feel about the Giants, and I'm exactly the same. But we can't beat those motherfuckers. So if we don't beat the fucking Chargers, we could be staring down as a 2-0-2 record heading to Buffalo in week 3. to face Josh Allen
Yeah,
and the Bills.
that's basically what we can't have. It's not going to rule us out, but it's certainly going to be a sour taste for a lot of people if we do fall to 0-2. I really just, I'm not going to get on here and tell you that, we're going to start 2-0. I think we can, but my wish is 1-1 after 2 weeks, man. Just give me that and work on it, because the simple fact, man, like fucking beat the Giants for once, will you? For fuck's sake. What I
Tell me
swear,
about it.
Yeah, just beat the Giants. I can't. I hope Meet the Mets isn't here, but we can't beat those pricks.
Yeah. No, I know, but everyone keeps talking about how they're not good. They're not any good, and an off season just gets everyone's mind. Like, they forget, man. They forget that, like, when we play the Giants, it's like the fucking worst game of football. Like, it's not the worst game of football, but it's just fucking hard to watch, man.
Yeah.
Like, I want to beat them so bad this season.
Yeah.
I want to beat them so bad.
We are both similar teams, and we have been for the last 30 years. The difference is they won maybe 4 Super Bowls. But, we fucking hard teams, man, both of them. I don't care what people say about Washington and their record over the last 20 years, but we are fighters, man. We just fucking cop the bad end, and we lose some tough games because can't concentrate for 60 minutes, or we're just simply not good enough.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, after we've got Buffalo, we are then on the road again. So we're on the road to Buffalo in week 3. Then we're on the road in week 4 against the Falcons.
Yeah.
Then we're home against the Saints and home against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I have us winning a certain amount of games, so I'm going to tell you right now. I have got us 4-1 in the first 5 weeks. I know.
Okay.
Outlandish.
So
it's an outlandish.
San Diego.
Beating defense, I believe you.
Who comes after Buffalo?
Atlanta,
and then New Orleans.
Yeah. Who, they don't have Drew Brees anymore. They're still going to be tough, but so I've got us beating. I've got us losing to Buffalo.
Well, we haven't beaten Buffalo since 1991, and I don't think we've even scored a fucking touchdown against the Bricks.
Yeah, they give us trouble too. So.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So I've got us.
I don't want to bring up that game in Canada that happened about 8 or 10 years ago, but fuck, wasn't that a horrible one? John Beck went to fucking Canada and fucking shit the bed.
John Beck.
Fuck, that was our worst performance in 15 years.
Oh, I had forgotten about that. Thanks.
We embarrassed ourselves in Canada.
And in London.
Oh, yeah. Oh, not so much in London, really.
No, that was bad too. Fucking doinking the fucking post in fucking London. Doing. Could hear it all the way from here. It was fucked. Okay, so after we've got the Chiefs in week 6, we are then on the road in Green Bay to face Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Then we're in the Mile High to face the Broncos. That's going to be fucking good.
It'll be a fun game.
And then we're at home against the fucking Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then on the road in Carolina, Ron Rivera's homecoming. Or did he do that last year? No, we played them at home, didn't we? Yeah. At Seattle. No, sorry. Seattle at home. Then we're off to Vegas. And this is where it gets just fucking ridiculous, man. I mean, there's an open date in there somewhere. I'm not sure what week it is. This is where it gets ridiculous. Finish the season. Dallas at home. In Philadelphia. Then at Dallas. Philadelphia at home, and then the Giants in New York to finish the season, which will probably be windy, snowy, nasty ass motherfucking game in December. Oh, sorry, July the 9th in New York.
Okay, so the first two games are at FedEx then. Obviously, San Diego's at home, and we play the Giants at home on the Thursday night. Yeah. Man, it's a brutal schedule. I mean, as we've mentioned, we can't beat the Giants. We can't beat the Bills. Kansas City fucking kicked our ass in the snow, and fucking there were less than 10,000 people at the game. That was only about 4 years ago. Yeah, I mean, look, different team now, different circumstances, so I can't really say Kansas City own us, but that's going to be a tough game. Obviously, Tampa Bay, we can beat Tampa Bay. I'm looking forward to that game. And then Green Bay, throw in Green Bay. It's hard. It's a tough schedule.
It is a tough schedule.
Man, to make any predictions on that, I believe that we can get 17-week schedule. We're good enough to get 9 wins. We are good enough to get 9 wins out of that hard schedule. If we consider ourselves an improving football team, we must set our goals for 9 wins. Like not, I don't want to be talking about the playing for the fucking Manning Bowl. Even though if we do win one game, maybe we'll draft him. But I don't want to hear that fucking we need a quarterback and that stuff. All I'm hearing about is this college quarterback who put up 400 yards each week and we lost on Sunday, but that's okay. We could get him. Fuck. I don't want to be talking about drafts in fucking September and October.
Totally agree. What's happened to R2 Ramu?
Might have frozen. I want people to be going, okay, look what we're doing. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's leading the team. And fucking rally behind him. And then we talk about, give him another year, mate. Give him another year. Oh, look, different circumstances to what, when Brad Johnson had the team in those so many years ago, different in the fact that we've moved on 20 years, but similar in the fact that veteran bloke has been around. No one really thinks he's that fucking great, but he can surprise some people,
Sure.
So let's hope that, we don't have Rudskins on here every week talking about getting Taylor Heineke to start. As much as we do love Heineke. And look, if you watch the game with me, I give things fucking 5-6 weeks. If we're 1-5, and I'm thinking, well, we need to win 11 straight games to make the playoffs, I want a fucking quarterback change myself, even though we're not going to win 11 fucking straight games. I'm fired up tonight, but you know, like my point is, we want Ryan Fitzpatrick. We want everyone behind him. We don't want to be talking about, you know, like if we have to make a fucking change at quarterback, it's gonna be downhill, isn't it? Like,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no,
For sure.
absolutely. Unless it's an injury or something.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not going to be ideal.
Can
no.
I jump in on your
Yeah.
schedule? I've only got the first 5. It was funny you mentioned it. I didn't know you were going to bring it up, but I looked at it today and I was like, we got Bears at home, Colts, Cardinal, Colts is on the road, sorry, Bucks at home, Cards at home, and then Seahawks on the road. So that's
when do
the
you play
Rams'
it?
first 5 games. First 5 games, we've got the Bears at home, then the Colts on the road, then Bucks at home, then Cardinals at home, then Seahawks on the road. That's the first 5 games.
That schedule, man.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got Tom Brady coming to the SoFi with fans.
Well, Tom Brady's one of the greats. Sorry, Skinsfanatic.
No, it's cool. I was just going to say, well, it sounds a little bit more fucking friendlier than ours, but
yeah,
you know,
you know me, I don't.
You're facing, yeah, you know, well, you know that you get Russell Wilson twice a year, you know, and then you're going to get that little Kyler Murray. He's a little, you know, handful, but I reckon you'll beat the Cardinals. Yeah. You know, we've got to face fucking Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Matt Ryan, Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott fucking twice, David Carr. Was it David Carr?
Yeah, David Carr.
David Carr.
And the electrifying Matt Jones.
And then Matt Jones, who, you know, but then, like, well, it's not that we're facing Matt Jones, it's just the fact that we're facing the fucking Giants. And, you know, we discussed this 10 minutes ago, we can't beat the fucking Giants.
He becomes electric when he face you.
And, I mean, and then we have to play Jalen Hurts, who Pete has, you know, pinned to be the most dangerous quarterback in the NFC East.
I think he'll be one of the improved players. The bandwagons are going to fucking bum rush him, man, in a fucking hurry.
And you're believing it? Or do you agree with them?
He scored 2 touchdowns with his legs against us in fucking 2 quarters of football. Yeah, of course I'm fucking scared.
True.
No, he did. But
Always.
Yeah, I know.
Always scared. Every time I flip on.
That's right. I mean, you can have a look at your schedule and think, oh, that's nice and easy. And you go to Chicago and you think, oh, fuck, all of a sudden, they've got this great defense. We're not doing anything. You know, oh, it's okay. We've got Indianapolis next week. Oh, shit. Isn't Frank Reich a fucking good coach?
Exactly. You don't know what team's going to click on either side of the ball. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's the NFL. Like, those home teams are going to have advantages, whether they're playing well or not. You know, it's not really easy, is it?
No,
unless you've got Kurt Warner and old mate. You know, and
do you want to get excited about the 12th man being back?
You know.
Oh, look, I am, Ian. I mean, so I am, because, I mean, we play Seattle at home, and we owe those motherfuckers. But, like, I am just absolutely ecstatic about the thought of, like, flipping on a game and, that's not my team, and it's like, oh, cool, fucking, Green Bay's in Seattle, and like Seattle's fans are just like, rah, and you're like, oh yeah, fucking, this is some football. Like that's got my, dick hard, you could say. Just
Well,
just
I
the
used
thought
the
of.
word excited. I didn't, go like
Well,
that.
I know what you're getting at, though.
But yeah,
Yeah, no,
look,
but
I am too. But it did us a favour last year, them not being there. But I am excited. Yes, they're back.
totally agree. I think I think there was some circumstances last year where it was like, oh, we're on the road to fucking somewhere or Pittsburgh. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
well, ain't no fucking terrible towels. It's just
yeah, exactly.
a patch of
Yeah,
grass.
that would have
Good
been
team,
yeah.
and like the home field advantage is back now. So yeah, we've got to go to Denver. We've got to go to Green Bay. We've got to go to fucking Vegas, and those fans haven't been in that stadium yet. We've got to go to fucking Buffalo in week 3. Those fans are hungry motherfuckers. Crazy
Yeah, but
motherfuckers in
I
Buffalo.
think I've had fans in their stadium last year, not at full capacity, but
Yeah,
they
Some
must.
and
teams
then a
had
few
some
more
fans.
towards the end.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it wasn't all season. It was 1 weekend where Washington were going to have fans, and then the plug got pulled. Yeah, no, it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, can't
All right,
wait.
so here we go. I'm going to tell you how many wins I have for us this season. I don't know if it'll be enough to make the playoffs, but I have us, like I said, San Diego, New York, Atlanta, New Orleans. That's 4 wins. I have us losing to Buffalo in week 3. I have us losing to the Chiefs. Green Bay is going to be real hard. We're going to beat Denver in Mile High. That's 5. We're going to lose to fucking Tampa Bay at home. We're going to beat Carolina on the road. We're going to beat Seattle. We're going to beat Vegas. We're going to beat Dallas at home. And we're going to beat the Eagles at home. We're going to win 10 games. So I have us losing basically to the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Giants on the road to finish off that season. Which I could probably change over one of those wins, maybe the Denver win. I could change over and say that we might beat the Eagles in Philadelphia, or put the broom back on Dallas again. I just hope it doesn't come down to that last fucking game of the season. New York Giants, fucking, I should have bought up the schedule when I'd done all of that. That's amateur shit of me. But last game of the season, New York Giants at home. I mean, at New York to make the playoffs. I mean, it'll be a massive game. But I'll have skid marks that day, I'm sure.
Hang on, I'm looking at your picture here. It seems to me bye week. Is that the full schedule you've got up there?
Yeah.
Where's the
bye week, week 9?
One. Oh yeah, it goes. Yeah. Yeah. No. Look,
sorry, it's not very clear.
No. So yeah, it's a tough schedule. So we have to beat the teams that we can beat. One of those teams is the New York Giants, and we can't fucking beat them. So it's very important that week 2 game and the week 17. Probably the 2 most important games of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, because if those games don't go our way, how are we going to get enough wins to make the playoffs with a schedule like that?
Exactly. Right, like it always seems to come down to that. um, like fuck, the Giants, man, and they're having a horrid season, but we can't beat them. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um,
Not with our former squad, yeah, and our. Oh, I don't know. Look, we had a chance there last year. We really should have just kicked that extra point and taken them into overtime. I mean, it hurt. Just made that loss hurt so much more because it was like, fuck, come on, Ron. We need to beat them first. And you need to know that.
That's what I mean, though. And I was trying to explain to Rudskins, but Rudskins was fucking drowning in his own vomit. Like, like Rivera wasn't like all there, man, at the start of the year last year, and he was like, "Oh, we were, I was just seeing if we had the balls to beat him," and I was like, "Well, fuck, yeah, we should have just kicked the fucking extra point, Ron, and gone to overtime. We had all the momentum."
Yeah, we almost turned. We were about to have a mini run during the start of the season, get some momentum going. Unfortunately, we didn't get our momentum going until perhaps the Pittsburgh game when we can make something happen here. But yeah, come on, get the job.
Let's hear yours. Let's go through yours. I went through mine. Let's hear yours.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say that we're going to beat the Chargers and we're going to beat the Giants. We're going to beat the Falcons and we're going to beat the Saints.
So 4-1 like me.
We're going to beat the Broncos. We'll beat Tampa Bay. We'll beat Carolina. We'll beat Seattle. We'll beat the Raiders. And then we'll win the remaining 5 games of the season. So shit, I've got us almost at 15-2.
I know.
Look,
I know.
we can beat those divisional teams. Look, the games I'm worried about the most are obviously Buffalo and the Chiefs. Not really shaking in my boots about all the others. I know that we can beat them, but whether we do, mate, you'll have to tune in.
Well, here's the thing. I was like, before I just went through every game and was like, oh, we'll beat them and we'll lose to them and we'll lose to them. I just said 10 wins. So we could, like lose to the Chargers and the Giants in week 1 and 2, and then fucking go on the road in Buffalo and win, and then beat Atlanta, and then lose to the Saints, and then come home and beat the Chiefs at home. Like, you just don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to throw in the towel.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't lose. I don't know if I had us beating Seattle at home. I don't remember now what I even picked, but like, we had Seattle last year, man. Like, we didn't have them, but we were right there, and I look at it as one of the ones that we probably should have won. Looking back,
yeah, I mean, that little bitch Russell Wilson, like, he'll be fucking there'll be talks of trades come fucking week 6 with him. Like, it happens every year, for years, and then he'll probably fucking play the Redskins and we'll let him score a late touchdown and, throwing
rejuvenate his season.
Yeah. Shit like that, man. Like, look, he's great to watch. He's made some great plays, but pleasure to watch, but he's a fucking asshole.
Oh, for sure.
I've got 13-4 for the Rams.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, well, could be 12-5, but I've got 10 to 13 wins max. Same as you, I
Yep.
looked at it and went 10 games before I started doing them, and I did it back again. And same as you, I go, okay, well, we beat them, but down here we could lose them. Changed it up, but it's still between 10 and 12. 13's good. 4 losses,
Yeah, well,
5 losses, 6
it's
losses.
going to come down. It's going to come down to the quarterback play, really, in LA, and I mean that's what let them down last year, wasn't it? I mean that's why Goff got shown the door. I mean, also he got shown the door
Can't
because
all
to
be on his
piping
shoulders.
Big Bay's wife, but you know, and then when seeing Sean McVay's wife, I totally agreed. I would lay pipe in it too.
Okay.
Pretty hot.
Okay.
Just saying. You know,
Okay.
trade a man for telling the truth. No, but you know, I mean, like, no, you know, I think you've upgraded with Stafford. So, and we already know that LA's got some good D. So,
Yeah.
you know, I can see, and I do expect improvement from the Rams this season. It's very outlandish though when you pick your team to win 14 games, like.
It is.
You know,
I didn't say 14, 13.
13. 13, 14.
But yes, yes, Skins,
Yeah.
yes, you're exactly right. And like, but I looked at it and 10 was there, but also 11 and 12. 13's pushing exactly what you just said. It all falls onto the quarterback this year for us. It does. If it's going great, it's great. It's going to be a 13 win situation.
I
If
can't.
it's not so
I can't
great,
wait to see.
it's going to be 9 or 8. 9
I
or
can't
8
wait
wins.
to see. Can't wait to see the Rams in those nice new jerseys you revealed the other week, last month, slinging it around at a packed out SoFi Stadium in LA again. Like that's going to be special.
Well, they're using them week 1, I'm pretty sure. And
Oh wow, you've got the
4 other
intel
games.
on that already.
4 other games or 3 other games. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the renewed rivalry, which not so much far removed, but still has built up over the years. The 49ers and Rams, I expect them to be the two teams to beat in the NFC West. Early prediction, of course. You know,
and we know
my
you have no time for Seattle.
Yeah, you know my feelings on Seattle. Not too impressed with Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. I mean, he's an exciting player to watch, but I don't think he's
got ways to go. He's got some ways to go.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Under McVay's coaching, they haven't beaten us.
Well, the Rams are the best coach team the Rams are the best coach team in the Kyle Shanahan is got to be close behind. It's shit. It's obvious. I might be getting myself into deep because a lot of people will say Pete Carroll deserves a mention.
I think you're going there.
Not on Skinsfanatic Live.
You're falling down the rabbit hole, man.
Gum chewing.
Let's not blow fucking Pete Carroll's whistle too much.
No.
We could do an episode on coaches and how good they are, man.
Yeah, all right. Well, did you want to just touch on something else, or did you want to? I think we sort of have, like, when you talk about the schedule, I wanted to talk about the expectations versus reality. You know, like and this is more of a social media type feeling I get from when I look around, you know, and at all the touch base with all the fans, you know, and I interact with the fans, but the off season can get a little bit boring, and you start to forget things, and you start to tell yourself stuff that might not be true. And I have this sense that the expectations for this team is a little bit high for some people, and it worries me that we're going to have a drop off when, say, for instance, we don't beat the Chargers and the Giants and the Bills and whatever. Like if we don't,
let's just hope
we're going to lose. We're going to lose any sort of momentum we might have built up from last season, and I don't know. Like, sorry, crazy. You talk about it.
No. Thanks for finishing off. Yeah, it is touchy with our fan base, and no offense to the fan base, we need them out there carrying on and cheering at every game. But man, like things can turn south. You know, we need them to show some fucking balls this year, and if it does start slow, please get out there and fucking support them later on in the year. Don't just fucking give up.
Yeah. Well, with the schedule, it's exactly that. Every week you're strapping yourself in for a week of more expectations, more excitement, and more hype reels. And we take it week by week.
Yeah. And often some people don't even know. I mean, Washington didn't get off to the greatest start last year with their record and whatnot, and we were right in it, like because the other division teams weren't winning, but a lot of people didn't even look at that. Ron did, and he kept telling us every week, "Oh, look, we're in it," and everyone was going, "Bullshit, Ron." You know, like they didn't believe him. But
we were on a 3-game losing streak, and like it was like, oh, we're still on top, or we're tied for first. We haven't won in 3 weeks, and we're tied for first.
Yeah, all because we beat Philadelphia in week 1. Like, look, you know, just ride the season. I know yous will. Love yous all.
Yeah, well, like this is what I'm saying is like, so people are like, oh, Washington's gonna 14-2, whatever, 14-3, and it's like, well, have you looked at the schedule?
Yeah, well, Pete almost had him in 15s.
I know.
Yeah, but I mean, that's only because we've got Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I mentioned him.
Oh, we actually almost made the whole show without mentioning. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, I like that there's people who are excited, but I just want them to stay excited. Like, just stay excited because, and I said this to one fan, I said, listen, it's great that you've got confidence in the team, but just remember we did only win 7 games last season. And we play some pretty good teams this year. And it was one of the first things that Rivera said after last season. Oh, look, it's great we won the division. And then he said, means we play all the top teams next season, though.
and here it is.
Here it is.
It's very daunting on paper. But look, we don't know how the season's going to go. If there's any indication after the first preseason game, we know that fucking Chase Young is going to cause some havoc and will get us some wins this year.
For sure.
And
your defense is lit.
It may prove that we can beat fucking Kansas City and we can beat Tampa Bay this time.
No doubt.
We don't know, like, we could be firing on all 4 cylinders, and all those Redskin fans who have been talking up 14-2 may well just be fucking right for once in their life about it. But yeah, it's still a bold prediction. Like, come on, be real.
Yeah. Look, I'm saying like, and here's the thing: even if we only win 8 games this season, like to win 8 games, it's going to have to me, that would mean that we have improved. Because to win 8 games, we would have had to have beaten some pretty good teams.
Yeah.
Because there's not like we've got 8 easy wins on this schedule. You know what I mean? So, like, but people would look at 8 and 7 or 8 and 9, which will now be a losing season, and say, "Well, we had a losing season and we didn't make the playoffs. We're fucking shit." After we won the division last year, well, now we're shit. No, well, we're not shit. We're improved from last year, and last year was last year, and we were 7 and 9, and we scraped in to win the division in a horrible division that had so many fucking injuries across the league. You know, it's like we played a backup quarterback every week.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like,
oh yeah,
we've got to have a solid season, and we've got to sweep the Cowboys again to get some momentum and people. Fuck, 4 wins in a row against Dallas. Because if you take your mind back to 91, 92, 93, when fucking Dallas started beating us, and they went on to win Super Bowls. Now, I know that Dallas Cowboys aren't the benchmark in the NFL these days. They're a fucking embarrassment. But for some reason, we need to beat those guys as well to get our fan base asses on their seats.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why everyone's excited, is because we put the brooms on them last year.
Yeah.
Which was lovely.
Oh, beautiful. Great to see.
We bashed Andy Dalton, and then we bashed some other dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm all for bashing people. Don't start attacking the Skinsfanatic and telling seeing injured players is cruel. I'm not saying that. I just want to see some blokes fucking hit hard. Don't want to touch the ball again during the game. And if they do get an injury, so be it. Injuries happen.
Yeah. No, I agreed. And, we saw John Bostic cop a lot of stick last year for his big vicious hit on Andy Dalton. But I fucking loved every minute of that.
Oh, I love hits, man. I'm not fucking cowering down to the pussy fucking mob, like, it's football. Some players are going to get hurt. We are going to go through some injuries. I'm not screaming for illegal play. I don't think that's going to happen. Ron Rivera's not going to allow that. Like, Ron Rivera will bench a player because he doesn't wear his fucking tie on the bus. You're not afraid to go, you're sitting out. You're sitting out. You broke the rules. You're not going to fucking pat anyone on the back who makes an illegal play. But anyone who hits hard, he's going to get a fucking pat on the back from Ron Rivera, because that's what Ron Rivera did during his career. He didn't back down.
I mean, that's the worst part about it. Is like when we see a play like that, we think of old school football and we go, "Fuck yeah!" That's what I'm talking about. Fucking boom, But now it's all like, oh, he gets fucking drilled to the shit house on social media, and he's a dog, and and he misses fucking 2 or 3 games and gets fined of a couple of $1,000 or whatever, and yeah, it's all like, oh, he's the worst player on the fucking planet, and
usually
has to apologise.
Yeah,
usually a high percentage of people have lost their starting fantasy quarterback for the fucking next week.
Yeah.
So
I pity the fool who had Andy Dalton, Pete.
Yeah, that's fair enough. He wasn't on too many fantasy teams.
Probably not. No. Yeah. No, but anyway, look, we've got things to look forward to, and I think we've touched on a few things here tonight, and we're on an hour 39 minutes here, so I'm going to wrap this one up. And
Excellent.
Does anyone wanted to add anything before we sign off tonight, or?
I just want to, thanks.
I'll save it for next week.
For coming on. Fucking good that you're hyped up about Heineke. We all are.
It was classic.
Let's
Well, that was Rudskins.
let's see what Fitzy can do first, Rudskins, eh?
Oh, yeah,
All right.
yeah. Yeah, no, Rudskins was all over Heineke.
Fitzy.
Yeah, I love it. R2, you got a real nice Fitzy beard going on. Beautiful.
You know, I was just going to throw a few things around about your division, just to get Crazy Brave fired up too, and I'm sure you want to throw some shit at me. But anyway, I'll save that for another day. And thank you again. Appreciate it. It's been really
keep it
good.
in your notes. Keep it in your notes.
Yeah. Save for another show. I'm sure it's going to pop in my head. Yeah.
Well, we'll be back here tomorrow. We're back here in 7 days' time. So
yeah, and the fire isn't dying. It's just fucking started.
it's just a spark.
We'll be throwing some kindle on it every week.
Absolutely. I'll save you good shit for next week, R2, and I appreciate you spending your time.
Yeah, cheers, man. Unreal.
Worries.
Awesome Skinsfanatic.
We're trying not to hot mic it.
Brave.
We're trying not to hot mic it, Snob.
I've got that shiny Peyton Manning head again.
Looking good. See you, R2. All right, and to you too, Crazy Brave. Thank you very much for another great show.
Cheers, Skinsfanatic. Thank you, Washington fans. Thank you, LA. R2. R2 ring, not LA. R2. Yes.
All right. Oh, sorry about that. All right, guys, that's it for this week, and hope you enjoyed the show. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's important because only 10% of my subscribers actually watch the show. So if you don't subscribe, maybe just throw me a like or so. It'd be great. All right, until then, I'll see you then.